Hello, my lovelies. Welcome into something entirely different. We'll see if it becomes a series, if you guys like it enough. As of recording this yesterday, asked my Discord members if they'd be interested or willing to watch or listen to ASMR videos with me going through my own personal website and exploring other people's personal websites, particularly those made with Neocities and deco. Potentially down the line also recording myself working on coding my website, and for these to be hopefully relaxing videos or good background noise for people to co-work to or fall asleep to, potentially. I know this is not the kind of stuff I usually make. Usually I do audio roleplays as original or fandom characters. And this isn't me being in character, this isn't a BFE boyfriend roleplay, this is me as myself, which is not usual for this channel and quite strange. But I'm really passionate about coding websites and Neocities and the Web 1.0 revival movement and all of that. And it's been such a big interest, one may say, potentially a special interest. And I started working on my website around June or July 2024. And I figured, as the first of maybe a series of videos, I could show you guys my website, for those of you who haven't seen it before. And we'll just have a click around today and surf the web and look at other people's websites and how cool they are. There's a box in the bottom corner of the screen, because of course I had to make everything look nice, that will have the credit of whatever website we're currently looking at. It will have the URL there, and either in the description or the pinned comment I will have a list of all the websites we go visit today. It might be the pinned comment because descriptions have a character limit and I'm running pretty low on how many characters I have left, so it'll be somewhere. But yeah, I hope this isn't an unwelcome change in my usual posting schedule. I won't make more than one of these a month. I might never make one of these again if you all hate it, but members of my Discord voted and a lot of them said that they would like this. Some of you might have seen my website before, either if you've just clicked around on my socials or if you watch my Twitch streams, which are 18 plus. I do often work on coding and updating my website over there. But if this is your first time seeing it, welcome, hi. Thank you for giving this video a chance, even though it's not what I would usually make. I'm unsure if right now this is going to have background music, and potentially what I might do is make a version with music and a version without music, and have one of them unlisted and linked in the description so you guys can pick which one you would want to listen to, and then let me know which one you prefer, and then maybe I'll just make one version in the future. I'm not editing this other than to put the credits on, so this will be a very kind of live, hopefully not too rambly video. I'm going to really try and not ramble too much, but this is a topic I'm very passionate about and I get very excited about. So we'll just see what happens. But if you've only listened to my other roleplays or this is your first video here and you don't know who I am, hello, my name is Prince, I use he, him pronouns. I'm a trans man and I guess voice actor, illustrator, streamer, content creator. I don't know how I describe myself. I make things. That's how I describe myself. And yeah, if you haven't watched any of my live streams before and this is the first time actually listening to me just being me, hi, I'm awkward, I'm autistic, you're gonna have to deal with that. So, yes, this is my website, and you might be like, how, why, that looks cringe. If you think it looks cringe in a bad way, maybe don't stick around. I can't stand cringe culture stuff. I do not think you are cringy if you are into fandom stuff, and I feel like a lot of the time it tends to be flung at neurodivergent people as an insult. So, we're gonna try and keep this soft-spoken, and there'll be keyboard and mouse sounds, and hopefully, maybe, definitely not the secret goal of these videos, maybe some of you might get tempted to make a Neocities account and start making your own websites. Maybe. Which would be really cool, and if anyone does, please feel free to let me know. I'm always looking for more sites to look at. This is the problem with not editing. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to mention, or if I just want to get into things. Firstly, obviously, what the hell is Neocities? And how I started making my own website. Because I'm sure the idea of coding and HTML and CSS sounds really, really complicated and scary, and I don't know, I've really enjoyed learning it and learning how to do it, and I find it really fun. Obviously it's not going to be for everyone, but yes, the way that I think I became aware of it was a few posts on Tumblr. I think this is the first post that I saw, which is by Agent Roman Officer on Tumblr. This is from May 2023. I don't know when I saw it. Probably not too long before I started making my website, which is called, this is Neocity Guide, Why You Should Build Your Own HTML Website. Do you miss the charm of the 90s and noughties websites? This is a problem with me reading things live. Do you miss the charm of the 90s and 2000s web, where sites had actual personality instead of the same minimalistic theme? Are you feeling drained by social media and the constant corporate monopoly of your data and time? Do you want to be excited about the internet again? Try Neocities. What the heck is Neocities? Neocities is a free hosting website that lets you build your own HTML website from scratch with total creative control. In their own words, we are tired of living in an online world where people are isolated from each other on boring, generic social networks that don't let us truly express ourselves. It's time we took back our personalities from these sterilized, lifeless, monetized, data-mined, monitored addiction machines and let our creativity flourish again. Why should I make my own website? Web3 has been overtaken by capitalism and conformity. Websites that once meant to be fun online social spaces now exist solely to steal your data and sell you things. Building a personal site is a great way to express yourself and take control of your online experience. What would I even put on a website, you ask? The best part about making your own site is that you can do literally whatever the hell you want. Focus on a specific subject or make it a wild collection of your interests, share your art, make a shrine for one of your interests, post a picture of every bird you see when you step outside, make a collection of your favourite blinkies. The world is your oyster. And then they have some example sites that they've found and a list of guides and both for Neocities and HTML in general, and then some widgets, Web Revival, Manifestos, and Community. I don't think... No, Cafe's not in there. They did make a part 2. I do want to also link to 32-Bit Cafe. If you want somewhere to learn more about coding. Let's pick a nicer theme to look at the site. Actually, they've changed these a lot. When I first went on, it was like a purple... Oh god. Oh, everything moves when you... I don't think I actually like that at all. Let's go with this. So on there... Yeah, 32-Bit Cafe is a community of like-minded website hobbyists and professionals helping to make the personal web fruitful and bountiful again, full of self-expression and removing the capitalistic drive out of it. So they have, under tutorials, they have a page for creating your own website, 101. What kind of website do you want to make? Find a host, decide if you want a domain or not, learn how to code while building your own site, join web rings and get involved in communities and keep your website alive. Ideas for your personal website is also a thing I've read on here. I haven't read everything else that's on here. I do want to... They have events. Sometimes they have these Halloween trick-or-treat events, and I've always wanted to take part, and I never have because I've been too scared to find out how. And I'm like, I want my website to look nicer, so I haven't signed up to any events or pixel clubs or anything like that yet. You might still be really confused. I hope I explain things well. So, the reason why I saw this and I thought, oh, that's actually really cool, is seeing what some other people had made with their Neocities sites and what they looked like, and also because as someone who has been using Tumblr for too long, over 10 years, I think a lot of people who join Tumblr these days don't understand it as originally being a blogging platform that you had your own website on, not just a social media. What used to happen when you clicked on a Tumblr post or when you clicked on someone's profile picture to take you to their profile, you didn't get this mobile theme layout of the website. Like, this is how it looks on the mobile app, right? This is not what blogs used to look like. This is not what happened. Whenever you clicked on someone's username, you would get taken to the website view, which could look like anything you wanted. This is my main original Tumblr account. Most blogs these days, if I bring up my The Vampire Prince one, which is 18+, don't follow me on here if you're not 18+. I haven't customized it. It looks terrible. This is the default mobile theme, and this is what blogs look like by default, right? But loads of people used to make free HTML themes that you could take and you could copy and paste into Tumblr if you were to go to your account. It's been a while since I edited my theme. Blog settings. What used to just be a default, which is that everybody got a website. So instead of this, tumblr.com/ and then your username, you have a website, which is username, so in this case emptymasks.tumblr.com. This theme, I think the person who made it, maybe their blog isn't still there. And then this in the top corner, this little tree of links, was from someone else's, a widget somebody else made that I added in. But I really like, my Tumblr blog's gone through a lot of different themes. I really like this version of it. I need to take this out of the bottom corner. I don't use Facebook or Twitter anymore. But it used to be that everybody got those. But now you have to enable custom theme. When you make a Tumblr account, and when anyone over the last few years has made one, that's been turned off. You have to turn on enable custom theme, and then you can click edit theme. And Tumblr has a bunch of free themes that you can pick from, but people do still, I hope, make themes, or you can find old ones. You can pick one of Tumblr's themes and it just puts it in for you. Just click it and it's there. Or if you find a custom theme, you can paste in the HTML code just like you would if you were building a website elsewhere, right? And these are all the colours of this row of links. The images I have here. When you hover over a post, it will show, the tags will appear next to it. And I think a lot of people don't know this is a thing that Tumblr offers, because Tumblr sure doesn't tell you anymore. But I never made any themes for my blog, but I would find other themes and learn at least how to change the colours and how to at least add in a link and center text with HTML tags. But it's not really a thing anyone does on Tumblr anymore, and it's not a thing that people even know exists. How many people look at my blog, look at my Tumblr account like this, and look at this version of the website? Probably not very many. So when I saw this post, I thought, that might be fun, especially since I'd already started, I'd made a Toy House account and tried to customize that a little bit. And on my Artfight profile, I'd really enjoyed starting to decorate it with web graphics. They have a part 2 of their posts. Why join Neocities or the indie web? Neocities is a specific website provider, but this type of website overall are either called like the indie web, personal websites, web 1.0 revival, old web. This has got a list of making a button and how to, joining a web ring or click, a pixel club, 32-bit cafes, events, adoptables, web graphics, other interactive stuff. This is another post I saw because I think I then started searching on Tumblr under the indie web hashtag to try and find what the hell people were talking about. So this is yearly reminder to everyone trying to find alternatives to Tumblr and social media in general. Go make a Neocities account and teach yourself basic HTML and post your art writing shitposts here. It does take extra time to set up, but there are templates out there. But it's so worth it to have a site that is 100% yours. You don't even have to be good at coding. I'm not. My site's not very accessible via mobile devices, but that's fine with me. Keeps me off my phone. There are plenty of ways to make your site mobile friendly. There are plenty of bare bones accessible sites. I adore purely for the media on it. Imagine having your site on your phone and showing someone, hey, I coded this from scratch, and I didn't even have to pay a company like Squarespace. Or your images, links, writings in one place. I have my fandom edits, memes, fan art, and custom graphics here. Neocities has a very bare bones follower and comment system, but you can disable this if you want your site to truly abstain from any social media isms. I use it because it's a great way to meet other webmasters and get help with coding problems. Neocities isn't an exact replacement for Tumblr, but HTML coding is an invaluable skill to know, as is keeping a personal website in this day and age. The awesome thing about having your own website is if, God forbid, Neocities goes down, you can move your site to any other number of hosting platforms. Your site is yours. No one else can take it away from you. And if already you're a bit interested, I have my own resource page. I'll show you guys in a second. But yes, if you're tired of social media, if you're tired of websites losing their customizability, some people, the most you get on a social media is a profile picture or a profile picture and a banner or header. But I think back to YouTube, how YouTube used to let you have an entire custom background for your entire page that you could edit the whole image yourself and have loads of different widgets and things. Or like Tumblr really moving away from letting people know that you have an entire customizable website. You're essentially getting a free web domain that, yes, has Tumblr in it, but the idea mostly behind people getting into making their own independent websites, whether that be on Neocities or NecoWeb or any alternative. I personally use Neocities. It's a way for you to make a website for free. You don't have to have a Squarespace or a Wix or Card money. And yes, well, Card has a free version, and there's also some things like Ventree and StrawPage. You have unlimited creativity with coding. You're not just dragging and dropping elements into place. And you can do what you want with your Neocities site, you know? You don't have to worry about the TOS of whatever social media you use suddenly changing to ban not safe for work content, or suddenly changing to go after trans people at a random example. You don't have to be scared of your website suddenly going down. And yes, of course, Neocities could cease functioning, but you can transfer your site elsewhere, and you can download your site from Neocities at any time, and then you have the code, so you can just copy paste that into anywhere else that will let you host a website. I hope this is all making sense so far. We are going to look at fun websites, I promise. This is my page. It's changed throughout time. Let me find a photo of what it originally looked like, because while this all might sound really scary because you don't know how to code, you don't need to. Firstly, you can learn how. Secondly, there are loads of free templates and themes. A lot of pages on my website are built off of Sad Girl's free layout generator. So if you go to my website and if you click on resources, it will take you to this page, which is my big old resources page. It's got links to other, mostly Neocities websites that I really, really love. My mutuals on Neocities, and then non-mutuals. Website building, resources, and coding help. Sorry if there was a cut. The downside of me filming, recording this with video visuals and not just in Audacity like usual, this is in OBS, is that if people in the house start screaming, I can't, there's pause, so it's going to be a bit awkward. If it's choppy, it's just because there was noise, and this is meant to be relaxing, so this is all tutorials and stuff, and Neocities does come with its own inbuilt interactive tutorial, which is taught by Penelope the cat. Why wouldn't you want to learn from her? Free website layouts and templates. If you think, I don't know how to code anything from scratch, you don't have to. A lot of Neocities websites start out by using this theme. This is what this page is built on. I've just customized it a lot and edited the code a lot, but it is this. With just with 3 sidebars, header, no footer, and no navigation bar. Generate, you get the code, you copy and then paste this between the body tags on your website, and there you go. Or if you're like, I don't really vibe with this, even if I change the colours and things, that's fine. All of these links here are to different free layouts. Some of them are interactive generators, like Sad Girl, so this is Petropixels 1, this is Varv's Layout Builder. But there's a lot. I wish I could show you some of the other sites, but you'll see as we go through, there might be some there's problem. Here's problem. This problem. So, some websites might not load for me that would load for you. Or the site loads, the images on it aren't. Because I would always recommend you host the images yourself. You can upload images directly to Neocities. Here's a big old reason you should do this. Imgur, which is a website a lot of people you just upload images to, has been blocked in the UK. because we're having a lot of stupid new internet laws that are supposedly being made in the name of protecting children, but really are just gonna harm people and forcing people to upload their like passports and photo ID if they want to access most websites and social media to prove their age. Not adult websites, like regular, like Blue Sky has required it, Reddit requires it, Discord requires it now in the UK. And in the name of it being to protect kids, even though parental locks exist and most parents don't use them. And if you think that doesn't sound necessarily very safe for the UK government to force websites to collect people's IDs, I hope the IDs are collected safely. Well, Discord already had a breach and some people's IDs were taken. Oh no! Anyway, we're not here for me to ramble. But if you see me go onto websites and then have to back out, it's because all these images are hosted in Imgur, and I, being in the UK, and not using a VPN to change my location. If I was using a VPN to change my location, I might be able to see them. But yeah, this is a problem. This isn't what this is supposed to look like. I would really recommend, if you could, to keep all your images in the one place and not use a different site to host your images on, because if that site goes down, I mean, what if Imgur gets blocked in the USA? What if it just deletes itself? I don't know if all of you are old enough to remember PhotoBucket, which was an image hosting website in the 2000s. I don't know when PhotoBucket went under, but loads of people used that to not just save images they found online, but to upload family photos too. And then the whole website just went under, bankrupt or cancelled, and deleted it, and everyone lost all of their images. So yeah, maybe be careful. But I can't show you these ones either, can I? You can explore for yourself, especially if you're not in the UK or you're using a VPN. Here's someone's theme. This is a theme you can have. Do you like, and you can take the code for this. It's free to take, and you can put your own images in here, change the colours up. It's got a little calendar widget, so now you've all seen what day I'm recording this on. Here's someone else's different free theme. So there's a lot, and then if you like the layout of one but not the colours, there's nothing stopping you figuring out how to change the colours and whatnot. And you might still say, but looking at that block of text is really confusing. But I promise, if it's something that you really want to learn and are interested in, eventually it will stop looking so scary. Like I said, Neocities, which, hello Neocities, this right here is Penelope the cat. She can teach you the very basics of how to code, and it's an interactive tutorial. Oops, that's a different interactive tutorial. This is the Neocities HTML course. This is Penelope the cat. Oh, new student, please come in. I'm Penelope, I'll be your teacher. What's your name? And I'm not actually going to fill this in. I don't need to make another website. But like you can see, you actually can type here, and it will ask you to type certain things and check if you've done it right automatically, and so you can check your mistakes. Everything that I've learned for coding, and this is personally how it worked for me, I know different people learn differently. I did the Neocities interactive tutorial with Miss Penelope, Dr. Penelope, I presume. I look at free layouts and themes that people offer and copy paste them into my website and tweak the colours and things. And if I don't know how to change something in the code, or if there's something I really want to add that maybe I've seen on somebody else's website, because that's the main thing I do, is I look at other people's websites for inspiration, I will just Google it, and 9 times out of 10 I find the answer on W3 Schools, which is full of interactive tutorials for HTML coding, CSS and JavaScript, and a bunch of other kind of coding that you don't need to touch for website building. Like maybe you don't know how to add a hyperlink, so it shows you here how to do it, and you can click try it yourself, and it brings up this interactive window where whatever you type in here, if you click run, changes over here. So if I were to paste this same link in over and over and over and over again and then click run, it all appears over here, right? So it's a way that you can check live that what you're doing is right. There's a bunch of stuff in here, a bunch of interactive tutorials both in the HTML and the CSS. Titles, basic explanation as a person who's never studied coding or computer science or anything like that, is the HTML part of your code is essentially what is in the website. That's where you're writing, like if you have a text box, that's where you're writing the text. If you have an image, that's where you're going to put the image URL, right? Whereas the CSS is what it looks like. So for example, this box here, the CSS code is saying the box is going to have a black background, it's going to have a red border that is 1 pixel wide. And then the HTML code is the Halloween top banner image is going to be there, and then all the buttons are going to be there, and then the Halloween banner bottom image is going to be there. I hope that makes sense. It's a lot. I know it's a lot. But even if you come out of this being like, I don't want to code, maybe I showed you some cool websites that you might want to go check out. But yeah, 9 times out of 10 I found my answer on W3 Schools, and the other 1 time out of 10 I find it on the Stack Overflow forums. I don't usually Google directly in here, I just search within on the regular Google search bar and find my answers. But there's also like a r/Neocities subreddit. I'm sure there's a bunch of places that you guys can ask questions about coding if you are interested, and obviously you can ask questions on this video. If you're a member of my Patreon-only Discord, I have a website building channel in there that you can ask questions in, and I'm proud to say some people have started making Neocities websites because of me sharing mine, so that makes me really happy. But yeah, this resource page, I update regularly. It has a lot of stuff. Anytime I find any new resources, I add them to this page. Widgets, games, and interactive elements you can add to your site, like Giphy Pet, fake Tamagotchis, music players, playable Pac-Man, crosswords, etc. I've got lists of web communities that you can join and meet other people. My graphics resources have actually moved from here to a separate page. I'll show you guys later. Manifestos and stuff, other fun sites, and more web communities and things, yeah. So, Neocities is just one of many websites that lets you make a website for free. But it isn't like Squarespace or Card or Wix. You're not dragging pre-made elements. This is the insides, the guts of my website. You make HTML files and you can make folders. So for example, index.html is the homepage. And the images that are in here, to be honest, I didn't organise the homepage the best. They're in a few different places. The music player images are in here. Presume, yeah, there's my site button. This is the favicon that you see in the top corner. Homepage. And this is a bunch of the images that are on my homepage, some of the stamps that are going by on this little marquee here. I can show you what it looks like when you go into your HTML file. I'm sorry if it's scary. I personally put my CSS and my HTML code in the same file. Some people might find that very scary. I code within the Neocities editor and not using a live HTML viewer, so people might find that also really scary. But like, these are all the button images and the Halloween banner and footer. This is the Giphy pet. These are all the blinkies on the marquee that are scrolling past. My guest book. And so on and so on and so on. But I would say if you are already tempted, or at least tempted by the end of the video, the Neocities tutorial, W3 schools, Stack Overflow. I'm just looking at other websites. You can go onto any website, you can right click. I'm using Firefox, but other browsers will allow you to do this. If you click view page source, it will show you all of the code for the website. And you can look in it, and I've done this when I've thought, how has this person done this in the code? You can right click, you can click view page source, and you can find out. Now that doesn't mean go to someone's website, view page source, and copy the whole thing and paste it into your website and copy someone's entire website. That's not very nice. Like, absolutely, a lot of people will make free codes, a lot of people will be fine with you using parts of their code and looking in the guts of their website to figure things out. But you don't copy someone else's entire website and all of their images and all of their like colour scheme and the layout and everything, you know? Make your own website. But you can absolutely use other people's inspiration. It's just a bit weird if it's your personal site, but you've made it a clone of somebody else's. Unless there's like maybe a particular reason, maybe you've made like something that looks like a clone of Wikipedia because you want to make a little Wikipedia parody or a fan wiki or something like that. Yeah, there was something else I read. Was it in this one and I just missed it? That I thought was a good point earlier. Yeah, other things, avoid just hot linking. When you add images to your site, add them directly. Don't, if you see an image that's on my site that you really want to host onto your site, save it to your computer and then upload it yourself. Because every time you hot link, you can slow down, essentially steal someone else's bandwidth and make their site load slower. I don't know where I saw the thing that I wanted. Was it to read it on here? Oh yeah, if you're browsing sites, things you can do. Leave comments on someone's guest book or chat box about, you know, if you enjoyed the site, things that you liked about it. Don't leave hate comments. I had someone leave a comment on my guest book. Sadly, it's still there because you can't delete comments off it, saying that they thought all my OCs looked disgusting and horrible and ugly. Thanks. Have you got nothing better to do with your time? Take your time. Indie web doesn't prioritise fast consumption the way social media does. You'll get a lot more out of indie sites if you really read what's in front of you or take a little while to notice the details in someone's art gallery instead of just moving on to the next thing. Explore. By clicking links, it's easy to go down rabbit holes. It is really easy to go down rabbit holes. Seeking out fan sites or pages for stuff you love is great and fulfilling, but reading someone else's site about a topic you've never even heard of before can be fun too. Encourage you to branch out and make a look for things. Right. That's all I have to say. I'm sorry that took a little bit of time. I might put timestamps in case you guys want to skip the introductory ramble. Would you let me give you a little tour of my website? I'd really like to. Now, parts of my website, as it says right here, I'll read out my little introduction thing. Are 18 plus. Respect that. Some of the websites I might show today are 18 plus. I will not be showing any 18 plus content in this video. Obviously, it's going on YouTube. But be respectful of people's boundaries. When people say parts of their site are 18 plus, it's not to be mean to minors or gatekeep, but if that 18 plus content is sexual, it would be illegal to share that with minors. So if you're a minor and you're ignoring those warnings, you could not only be seeing something that could be triggering and scarring for you, even if you think you can handle it, you don't know exactly what's going to be behind that warning. And you could also be getting the person who posted that stuff in trouble, and you're breaking someone's boundary. read things. This is my little bio. Don't mind my tiny little Elmo. He was the very first little placeholder image I uploaded to my website, and then I never wanted, he wasn't meant to be there forever, but then I loved him too much that I didn't want to delete him. So, welcome. Just a vampire trying to code his first website. This site is not coded for mobile viewing and is best viewed in a 1920 by 1080 monitor. Otherwise, text and images may appear in the wrong places. I made the site after being inspired by so many others. The site is a collection of things I love and want to archive and document, whether that's physical items I collect or information and media. You may know me as Empty Masks, an illustrator making fan art on my Etsy shop, or as The Vampire Prince, an 18+ voice actor, VTuber and streamer. My Empty Masks accounts are for posting safe for work fan art and my Etsy shop, and my The Vampire Prince accounts are 18+ only for not safe for work fan art. My Neocities voice acting, ASMR and streaming. Trigger warning, this site has some 18+ sexual content in the art gallery and art museum. By entering other pages on this site, you confirm that you are 18+ and understand what you may see on this site. There may be some flashing GIFs and images on certain pages. None of them will be very large, and they will mostly be on the graphics collection pages. I don't have any pages that I think are eye strain. I'm not sure if the star background I have would be considered eye strain, but I don't have any like strobing backgrounds or anything like that on my website, and I don't have any auto-playing music. I find both of those things really annoying. So, what I want to say first as we go through my website, I have finally started working on a credits page. It's not public yet, or you can't find it without knowing the URL because I haven't finished it. But this page will have a screenshot of the page the box is talking about, the date of the screenshot, and then it's going to explain where everything is from. So far I have not, it's not finished at all. I haven't finished it at all. But hopefully I can get it done soon. So for example, for the homepage it shows where I got the layout from, Giphy Pet, my guest box, the music player code isn't by me, it's from Oddity Commodity, where the hit count is from, where the background image is from, where my banner image is from, my navigation buttons I made myself, but where the font I used is from, where some of the little images within the little favicons, where those are from, where the Halloween images are from, yes, and any other images that I know the credit of and the source of. So, this is my homepage. This is from Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, the banner image. We have my little navigation box. It is spooky season, so I've added a little Halloween little template images. I made these little buttons myself really recently. I'm really happy with them. I'll show you guys what things used to look like, because I do try to take screenshots every time I update things. Yes, so I can't actually link you to the original code I used, which my website used to look like this. Instead of the 3 columns, it was this little grid. And the person who made this code, the original code was my melody themed, it was pink. This was the default text and default images. That's not the code that I use on this page anymore. I'm still using that as a base code on some of my other pages. Oh, here's what the code actually originally looked like. Here it is. And I turned it into this. But the person who made this, their website's not... Well, it still exists, but it's on hiatus. So I would love to show them. But yeah, they blanked out their whole website a couple years ago. It still technically exists, but they've deleted all the content off it. I don't know when they plan on coming back. But it is for joshi.necoweb.org, but they're just not there anymore. And then this is my homepage with the the navigation buttons not looking so nice. And I just used to have this marquee banner here. And now it looks a little better. So we have these buttons. We have my Giphy pet, Maury. Giphy pet lets you make your own little widget, makes you of your own little pet. You can upload any image you want to be the pet. You can name them, give them an element. You can upload your own background image or choose from one of the ones they have. And you can customize them, you can give them pets. You can feed them, you can make them go in the shower. I have my little guest book. If you guys do leave a message, please be nice. Some people have left very nice messages. I'm really glad someone complimented one of my shrines, my web shrines that I have for these old figurines I really wanted to collect as a kid. And I'm glad, because there's not a lot of information about them, so I went out of my way to try and find them all. We have all the web rings that I'm a part of, the No AI web ring. I can't say that word. Oh my god. The No AI web ring, VTubers on Neocities, Transmasculine Pride, Toho. Yeah, you can pick what image you wanted as the background image, so I made it Victor and James. Someone else in the web ring has it as Optimus Prime and Megatron, so that they did kind of better than Yume ring and the Shoujo Cafe. In the middle here we have my little welcome box. My most recent updates, hit counter, this little advertisement I made for one of my other pages. I wonder who these handsome men are. A music player, which does work. It has a bunch of songs that I consider, I guess, kind of aesthetic. We've got the Vampire D soundtrack, Book Tick, Elizabeth Das musical, Ghost, Castlevania soundtrack, Conte Monte Cristo musical, Voltaire, a bunch of stuff, some classical music. So you can go listen to those if you want to listen to some of my favourite songs. Let me mute the tab, so it won't actually play them. If you click on them, it will show you the name of the song. You can skip, I think maybe you can skip through it, I forget how the code works. And it will change the album art here. This code is by Oddity Commodity. This is their website. This is their funky website. They have this... they have a sticker book thing they made. I thought this was it, but I guess not. They have playable Pac-Man. You can play Pac-Man. And yes, this is their music box code that is free to use. This is what the default looks like. Obviously I made mine more gothic looking. Some of my socials, my button websites tend to make themselves little buttons that you can use to link to and advertise and give little shout outs to websites. It comes from early 2000s, late 90s days. They're all in the shape of the Netscape button. You can make your own. Mine has Mori on it. A little to-do list, and then some web clicks I'm part of. We'll do a quick talk, because I have so many cool sites I want to show you guys. And I'm worried this is going to be an hour of me just explaining my own website. I don't know how long to make this. And I can't really easily keep track now that I had to stop and start the recording because people were yelling. But this is my about page. I have some stamps, and then some favourite films, favourite shows, favourite games, books, comics, artists, etc. My art gallery. There is 18 plus art on some of these pages. All of it is censored. You won't be able to see the uncensored versions without finding out how. Obviously, don't look at that if you're under 18. Don't uncensor the images if you're under 18. But yeah, I have a little... This hasn't been updated in a while. But this front page is just like some of my favourite pieces that I've made over the years. Which I do want to update. It's been a while. The credits page you guys have already seen. Fan art. Now this is my fan art museum. Everyone who sends me fan art, which firstly, if you send me fan art, you need to be 18 or over. I haven't updated this in about a month. I need to update it again. But it has links to all of my different characters that people have drawn fan art on. So like if you want to see all the fan art people have drawn of Ambrose, you can click here, but you can't unless you're 18 plus. Okay? Be respectful. Yeah, every piece of fan art people send me goes on here. There's over, I think we're at 1.4 thousand pieces of fan art of me and my original characters, which is insane. Thank you so much. The straw page one doesn't have any not safe for work on it. Here's some things people have drawn on my straw page, which can be sent anonymously. If any of this art was posted on someone's socials, it just linked back to them. They're credited, obviously. My graphics pages. I love web graphics so much. So I have a few different pages on here to help you guys learn what web graphics are. I'm gonna get you excited. So this first page is not my whole collection of web graphics. I have thousands and thousands of images of web graphics, and there would be too many to upload. But I have some different links here across the top. My favourite pieces of web graphics that I own, ones I've made, an explanation on what web graphics are, how to find them and how to make them, and my graphics of Neocities. So if we start with the what are web graphics and web deco, this page is a guide to different terms for images, graphics, and decoration. You'll see it around the internet, where you can find ones to add to your collection, your websites, and even some templates, tutorials, and generators for you to make your own. Not AI generators, to be clear. Decorating your website with little images used to be much more normal back in the early 2000s days of customizable websites, but with the age of social media, and it only allowing for custom profile pictures and maybe a banner, they started to die out. But with the Web 1.0 revival movement, more people are making their own websites, again, whether coding or using card, straw page, Rentry. And customizability features on sites like Artfight and Toy House, we're seeing a resurgence of people making and using web graphics. You might see them called web graphics or web deco. Helpful terms to use when searching are graphics, deco, Neocities, and Rentry, as well as what type of graphics you are looking for. And this is a list. We've got avatars, icons, now more commonly called profile pictures, avatars and icons or square images people would use and upload as their profile picture on social media and websites. We have some templates and we have some places you can find them. Advertisements. I'm sure we all know what they are. In terms of web graphics, they're ads in the form of images that can come in any shape and size. Some are banners, some are squares, some are real ads, some are entirely fan-made, silly things made to look like ads but are fake, or made to look like spam, pop-ups. Some examples. How to make them. So every single one of these boxes has a how to make them. Generators, makers, templates, widgets, and tutorials. And then where to find them. Creators, collections, and hordes, so places that you can make your own, and places that you can find ones other people have made to save. Banners and headers. Dividers, sometimes called banners, are long images used to divide and separate paragraphs, headed images, backgrounds. Pretty self-explanatory. Used for your background. Ideally they would be tiled, meaning they would line up seamlessly when repeated. Pic mixers. PicMix is a website where you can make collages. I have made a fair few of my own. I get hyperfixated on and off with PicMix. Sadly, there's really two sides to PicMix. There's the nerds like us. I'm presuming if you're watching this and following me, you're also a nerd. I'm sorry to break the news. Some nerds like us. And sadly also AI users. There's a lot of people on PicMix that upload AI-generated images and make collages out of AI-generated images. However, there is the other side of PicMix, who use it to make silly collages of their favourite fictional husbands, and also anti-AI themed collages. PicMixes are typically square, but you can make them in various places, in various sizes. This is the PicMix editor. You drag and drop in stickers If I go to the homepage, trigger warning, there might be, yeah, there's Gen AI, sadly. But you can see immediately the two sides of PicMix, so you can see these as horrible AI slump generated images of women and Jack Sparrow, apparently. But then also this Pikachu themed one. Oh no, the Pikachu one's pro AI. That's an AI generated Pikachu. No, don't look at it. Don't look at the AI Pikachu. God, so much of this is AI slop, which is such a shame. But we can find real things. Let's Google a random man. Look at all this beautiful. Look at all these beautiful images. Gaze upon them. Who needs AI? Brush teeth, shower, eat. Relax and enjoy. Good night. Burn, burn, burn. I will say some people do use other people's fan art on pic mixes. I personally wouldn't use someone else's like fan art without permission. I hope people got permission to use fan art. In theirs, I don't know how fan artists feel about having their images used. See? What does this say? What the hell is this? What does this say? Why is there a picture of... I don't know Spanish well enough to know. Buenos dias. And then tenor and Spampton and the Virgin Mary? The description just says Deltarune game meow. I mean, amazing. I wouldn't dare make this. This is my profile. These are ones I've made. I know I entered a contest for the first time. I was so scared. There's a couple of areas. There's one of the Todd's. All the rocks. some boys you might recognise. That's my own art. It's the artworks. The Vampire Prince. That's me. I made a picture mix of my Neocities. Hi. Badges, which are actual photos of real pin badges that have had a transparent background. Mini pixels and favicons, they are teeny tiny little pixels. When you open up any website, you see that it has an image next to the URL. Next to the URL, sorry. When you bookmark something, there's a little image next to the name of the website, usually the logo for the website. That's called a favicon. With Neocities, you can make the favicon whatever the hell you want. Blinkies. These are blinkies. They are usually 150 by 20 pixels. They usually have a little blinking border. That's why they're called blinkies. Stamps, which are from DeviantArt, back in ye olden DeviantArt days before it was full of AI slop. They have borders that look like stamps. That's why they're called stamps. They don't always, and they can be like different shapes as well. People can do funky things with stamps. This is one of my favourite stamps. It's a picture of Optimus Prime and it says, "I love transgender people and hate the government." As well as regular blinkies, there's also chain blinkies. They tend to be individual letters that flash or move different colours. Buttons, which we already mentioned, 88 by 31 pixels. Most people will make them to advertise their own site, but you can also make ones of anything at all. Here's all of Bad Apple on a button. I also have all of Bad Apple on a stamp. I don't know if I have all of Bad Apple on a blinky. Tiny identity buttons, usually around 80 by 15 pixels. The rectangle ones are also called anti-pixels or web badges, but I'm not sure where they originate. And these rounded cornered ones originate from the Flight Rising forums, the Dragon Game forums. IMVU status buttons originating from IMVU, the MMORPG, but a lot of people have made their own fan-made versions. I have one that has the entirety of Bad Apple. If a visual medium exists, someone will find a way to put Bad Apple on it. We've got stickers, actual physical stickers that people scan in and erase the background of. Templates, I've also seen them called layouts, matching upper and lower borders that you can use to kind of bookend posts. Some people use them on Tumblr now, but I think they originally are from older forums. User bars, typically 350 by 19 pixels. They were popular on forums back in the day. They usually have a picture of a thing, and then at the end they say fan of the thing. So like for example, this is a picture of Batman, and then at the end it says Batman fan. Cursors, you know what a cursor is. User boxes, I don't know if they originate from Tumblr, that's always the place I used to see them on. The text says this user is, followed by a description. Like, this user is alone on a Friday night, god they're pathetic. Or at age 6, this user was born without a face, which is that's a Game Grumps Yoshi's Cookie reference. Pixels and non-pixels, just transparent background images. And then miscellaneous stuff. So now you understand what all of those things are. If you were to go back to my graphics hood, you can be like, oh yeah, profile pictures. Oh yeah, advertisements, backgrounds, cursors, dividers, badges. My little blinky wall, I have them organised in rainbow order because I just think it's really satisfying to see them in rainbow order. There's non-fandom things in here. Deltarune, 2001, Space Odyssey, Cookie Run, Electric Dreams Ghost, Marvel, Hades, Two-Tone Corporate Clash, Cinnamon Roll, Vocaloid, Hatsune Miku. So yeah, some of my favourite ones. There's the Bad Apple one. Not all of these were made by me. Some of them were. My stamp wall over it. No, my stamp wall. Over here on the left in rainbow order, which I think is really satisfying. If you want to see just the ones that I've made, which is here, I've made a lot of stamps and blinkies of Hades, Castlevania, Elizabeth S. Musical, Fear and Hunger, every single ghost, Papa and Ghoul. Toontown Corporate Clash, Transformers, Went Back into D, every single Vocaloid, and Synth 3, and some Utaloids. I just get... Oh, the box code broke. Oh no, my stamps aren't in a box anymore. I should fix that. I don't know what happened to them, poor things. But yeah, sometimes I'll get fixated on a fandom and then I'll just make hundreds of stamps. Let's see if we can't fix them. Why aren't they in a box anymore? Oh yeah, I just got rid of the box code. Okay. So div class equals box. Put them in a box, please. And then close the box. And then somewhere down here in the CSS it says, what colour to make the box and everything. Are they in a box now? Oh, thank goodness. Okay. My Vampire Prince graphics page, which is web graphics of my OCs. There's JavaScript in this page. Oh my god, I hate JavaScript. Which is set to, every time you open the page you will get a random piece of fan art that someone made for me as the banner image, as you can see. My rules on if you want to use my web graphics, if you want to use the ones that I've made of other fandoms, like the Hades ones and the Toontown ones and whatnot, you don't need to credit me. But if you want to use the ones of my OCs, because this is my own artwork that I drew, you do need to either credit in text saying this was made by The Vampire Prince or Little Vampire on Neocities, or just have the image actually be a link. There's some stamps, including the animated ones for using the animations for the Pitbull Terrier animation meme I made. User bars, user boxes, some blinkies, these little head pats, which you can make your own with Ben Island's pet generator. You can upload any image you want, and they will be pet. Amazing. Do it. Put your little guys in here. Make them get pet. We could do one right now. Who should get pet? I don't know who should get pet. I have so many web graphics. I do have them organized though. Have a lot. Let's see. Non-pixels, fandoms. Who should get? Should get pet. Shall Teto get pet? I don't know what that'll do because this is also a gif of her spinning around. Okay, it just there she is. Isn't it what she deserves? And then if you click export, it'll let you save it to your computer. The best website. My media log, which is not up to date. This is everything. All the films, TV, theatre, games, audios, up to music, writing, fandoms, characters and ships I got into in 2024 or got back into. It'll say whether it was a rewatch. It's like 5 back into D, the director, the year, the language, the genre, if it's a rewatch or a first watch, and my star rating. I have not updated the 2025 one since February. I don't think I want to keep with it anymore, it's not fun. My OC wiki, these pages are also 18 plus. If you were to click on any of these links, it says 18 plus, so you're confirming your age if you click on them. I have this page of little cards of all my OCs, and then you can go to their actual pages, all of their official art, which links to my toy house, and all of their fan art, which links to the fan art museum page. My resource page, which I've showed you guys, my shrines. I have a bunch. Not all of them are finished. Most of them aren't finished. So, European musicals, some of you will know. My main special interest is European musicals, more specifically Elizabeth Das musical. I've got a few pages on here. Sorry, I had to mute my microphone while I sneezed. If you click Enter the Theatre, this is a page I really wanted to make. We'll see how well it loads. There's an empty stage. There's a bunch of tickets. What are you meant to do here? Well, if you click on one of the tickets, it will load the YouTube video for that musical with English subtitles. If it's not working, it's because the YouTube video has been deleted. In here. And you can go ahead and watch it. You can just watch it. Look, we're watching Tales de Vampire now. This is JavaScript that makes it change what video is in there without having to reload the whole page. Anything above this line, this text here, anything above has English subtitles, anything below does not have English subtitles. Actually a couple of these are in English. But what this means is either they are not in English, or if they are in English, they weren't performed in England. Like, this production of Jesus Christ Superstar is in English, but it was performed in Austria. But the majority of them are not in English. But yeah, this is one of the pages this is one of my oldest pages that I had an idea for, and I'll show you where I got the inspiration from, because I always want to show and credit people. This is Spirit Seller's website, which is a Neocities website. They have a Scooby-Doo shrine, which is really, really cool. This is not the page I thought this is not the right page. Is it? Oh, it's on Realms. Scooby-Doo. So, the Scooby-Doo shrine has this little TV and a bunch of VHS tapes, and if you click on one of them, you, in theory, can watch Scooby-Doo. We're watching Scooby-Doo now. Which is this? This is the new Scooby-Doo movies. And I thought, and when you click on each of them, it loads a different video in here, and I thought that's really cool. How did they do it? So I looked at the page source and looked at how they did it, and tried to, because I was not at all familiar with JavaScript. I did not copy all of their code for their page, but I looked at how they did it, and I also, Googled, and I probably found answered on Stack Overflow and W3 Schools to understand how you get different thing to appear without having to go to different page, essentially. What else can I show you guys really quick? My Elizabeth web shrine is not finished. This is every single production of Elizabeth Das musical so far in chronological order, starting with the original 1992 Vienna production, all the way up to the upcoming 2026 South Korean production. At least every single production that I could find, whether it was a tour, a full production, or like a one-off concert. And ideally what will happen is if you click on one of these, it will take you to that page, but I haven't finished any of them yet. This isn't done, this isn't done, this is in progress, and I want to remake it. Same with this is a work in progress. I don't know if I even want to finish it anymore. It's a list of like every LGBT character in the Marvel comics. This also takes you straight to the Elizabeth one. My character shrines. We have Oloroks. I really like how this one turned out. We have these 4 little boxes with little frames around them. A little description of who Oloroks is. All of like official images of him, so all of the official merchandise of him. Concept art, character sheets, any posters, screenshots, etc. Web graphics, the ones I have made, and then ones I have found, and my little essay on why I love him. Little essay, look how much text. I didn't remember I'd written that much. Loki's is not finished. At all. This is all placeholder text. And my cringe but free Supernatural ones, I got back into Supernatural. I used to watch Supernatural when I was like 12 or 13, and was into it for a few years, and then the internet's majority of people's opinion of Supernatural is that it's stupid, and anyone who likes it is stupid and cringe and silly, and so I really felt embarrassed that I'd ever watched it, and ashamed that I'd ever watched it. And I went from someone who really, really loved it and that it was a comfort show for me for such a long time, to someone who felt ashamed that they'd ever liked it, and didn't want anyone to find out that I'd ever liked it, and that if anyone did, I surely must talk badly on the show to make sure that they don't think that I ever liked it. But I also had religious trauma going off and being like, oh my god, am I going to be in trouble? Is it bad of me that I watched this show that has like angels in it and has the devil, and that I really liked and related to Lucifer in the show? And then last year a friend started watching it for the first time, and you know what, allowing myself to get back into Supernatural has actually been really healing, because it's okay if I like a show that's stupid. I know that it's stupid. Season 1 to 5 is fine. I mean, some of the jokes have not aged well, but the last few seasons are really bad and not good, and I can know that and still enjoy the show and still enjoy some of the characters. I mean, I don't enjoy the last few seasons, but that I can let myself like the show, and that I know I'm not an evil person if I like Lucifer. So these are shrines for Sam and Luce, and they are kind of identical but like mirrored, like the layout's the same but just kind of flipped. We have a banner picture, we have who the character is, why I like the character, we have this little bio thing, art that I've made. This is a drawing I made of Sam back in 2012 and then we have art I did in 2024. Why I like the dynamic and relationship between Lucifer and Sam. Graphics I found, graphics I have made. There's a lot. I put every pic mix on there that I found, and I don't know why I did that. And then same for Lucifer. The why I like him is a lot longer, I think, than Sam's. but, and I'm not going to repeat this whole thing here, but the character does mean a lot to me, especially season 5 Lucifer. After that season, they really rewrote him to be a very different, weird, silly character. And I do complain about that here. And everyone's like, you relate to the devil? It's like, well, you know, as someone with religious trauma, and I feel like you can really look at portrayals of Lucifer, any depiction of Lucifer, through a queer lens, or anyone who's been othered or ostracized can find something to relate to in his story. Or at least I'm going to read it. I always have seen a character who's been outcast from his family, called an abomination, felt misunderstood, and othered, was the black sheep of the family. Me being 12 and queer and trans and autistic and having mental health problems and not being able to talk to people about it. Anyway, we're not going on that rant. Here, look at this. Look how far your art can go. I think the only drawing I did of him back then, this is from like 2012 or 2013. And then art that I did in 2024. Put these down. Objects and ephemera. This is the shrine someone left a really nice comment about. These are Charuca minifigures. Charuca Vargas is a Spanish illustrator behind the Charuca brand that was active between 2009 and 2014, and at some point in 2014 all of her websites and portfolios went offline, and you can't find any of them anymore apart from through the Wayback Machine. I can't find any proof of her existence after 2014. But when I was a kid, and she collaborated with like Sanrio, she published 2 books. I can't find any news about her and her brand since 2013-2014, and I've tried to piece information together from old fan books and the Wayback Machine as best I can. These figurines were in arcade machines when I was a kid on holiday, and I desperately wanted them, and I only ever won one, this pink one with holding hands with a cat, and then I found the devil baby in a charity shop a few years later, and then as an adult I have managed to collect the rest of them. I still haven't put the picture of the rest of them on here, but I do have the rest of them. My discovery, the characters, or the merchandise, web graphics, and then also like links to her websites, even though again they're all via the Wayback Machine. I don't know what happened. Waifu Roulette TCG, my collection. This page is made to look like Discord. And these aren't pictures. This is real text. These are like pictures at the top that I put in. Screenshots that I took of Discord. It's a little character collecting game that you can play with my daybot in Discord, and those are the characters I have so far. And my pull-up doll shrine, which is a line of fashion dolls created by Korean artist Chongsang Chongha. They were originally made and sold by Jun Planning of Japan from 2003 until they filed for bankruptcy in 2009, and then the doll line survived and was sold to Groove Inc. of South Korea, who are still making the dolls to this day. I collected these from when I was 12 till when I was about 16, and the last couple of years I've started allowing myself to buy some again. This website is made in homage to pull-up style, which... It's gone. Oh, it's gone. Last time I went on here, it isn't. Okay, I'm going to go on the Wayback Machine then, which if you're not familiar with the Wayback Machine, it allows you to look at other websites. So Pull-Up Style was a website that, in America, a shop in America that resold pull-up dolls. That makes me so sad. I bought my first ever dolls from here because there's no sellers in the UK. The only ones I've bought recently have been from people selling them secondhand on eBay. but I used to get all of my noodles from here, and that just broke. As you can see, this website is coded. I didn't copy the code from their website. I didn't go in and copy paste it. I figured out how to recreate it myself. This is made to and credited to in homage of Pull Up Style, who I could see it looked like they were going out of business because they were clearing things, but have now deleted their entire website. They've been going since 2008 until 2025. Rest in peace, Pull Up Style. You could find information of dolls on here, like there was the dolls they were selling, but they also had an archive of every doll that was out of stock. And I've actually been using Pull Up Style to help make the shrine, to help find information on some of the dolls, because they still had pictures of all of their back catalogue, they still had descriptions of the dolls and a list of the accessories they came with, and now that the website's gone, I'm not going to be able to get information. If I'd have been quicker... I didn't expect the website to be fully taken offline anytime soon. The only page on this shrine, the homepage is done, and then this is a list of every single pull-up doll, and it's not at all finished. So it has the name, the doll type, model number, release date, release type, original price, manufacturer, series, if they were like released as part of a series, like this one is an anime collab doll, and the accessories they came with, and their little slogan quote. And there's other websites that had all that information, but Pull Up Style was the only one who had a list of the accessories. And had pretty good pictures of all of the dolls, multiple photos of all of the dolls. So that's sad that that's gone now. I only have the first 114. Hello, Grail. I have work. I can't work on my website every day. That's a shame that website's gone now. So this is really made in homage. Like the background and the green colour scheme is made in homage to them. As you can see, I don't have a consistent theme with my website. I really like to make my different pages look different. And then this little web shrine is for my partner. It's not for you. No, I don't mind if people look at it. It has art that we've made of each other, art that I've made of both of us, and art that she's made of both of us. Little silly graphics I've made. Our photo gallery, which is screenshots of us playing games together. There's web fishing, VR chat, Power Wash, Minecraft, Toontown, Pit Cruise I've made, play images, and like a credits list for everything. This is also made from Sad Girl's Lego Generator Builder, and this little widget that lets you count things up. So as of the 27th of October 2025, we've been together 1,280 days. But you don't have to have your website have one thing. My sitemap, which I just completely redid recently, this is built off of Renata's Y2K theme. If you hover over certain things, there's some hidden links you can find. Hatsune Miku! See if you can find them all. And this here is my sitemap. This is every single page on my website. You might say, Prince, you've got a problem. That's too many pages. Not all of them are done yet, so like none of these are for the Elizabeth Shrine and they aren't finished yet, or they haven't even been started yet, but anything that is a clickable link, you'll be able to see if it's a clickable link. But I know, I have a problem, and I have a hobby. This is, I think, the first page that one of the first pages I ever made. It just has some little interactable Giphy pets on it. I've never deleted it because I was really proud of figuring out how to get these banner images to show on top of this box. And then my update log, which just lists every single update I've ever made for my site from the 7th of June 2024, when I made my account. And then every time I make a new page, I mention here, like, this is the date and this is what I've done today. And that's my website. I don't think I missed any pages. But hopefully, you know, if you guys have any questions about anything on the website or how I made certain pages work, you guys are free to ask in the comments. And like I said, I'm working on my credits page, so hopefully that will be done soon. Would you like to go look at some websites? I guess I'll put timestamps. Maybe we'll say the first hour of this is me showing off my website, and then the second hour is browsing, and you can just skip to the second hour if that's what you want to do. I just looked and saw I've already been recording for 1 hour and 22 minutes. We could wrap this up here and say this has been episode 1, and it's me showing my own site, but I don't feel like I went into enough detail for you guys to understand. There's not a lot of JavaScript on my site. Making the new sitemap was complicated, because the way this actually works is you're looking at a page within a page. This is the screen of the laptop, and this is embedded onto the laptop. I couldn't get it to work at all at first. I was so upset. It took a while. Oops, where's the credit page? Here. This is Renata's website. This is who made the theme. This is also a Neocities site. Look how different you can make your sites look. I love that this moves when you roll over it. They have a bunch of codes they've made, which is really fun. Some if you want fun text on your website, there's some fonts, some animations, glowing, gradient, shaky text, bouncing text, borders that you can put around images, scroll bars, which I don't think are loading properly for me. Some music players they've made. Miscellaneous, which these are really fun. There's these tiny little Nintendo DS codes they've made. And if you click the directional arrows, it switches the top screen to a different page, essentially. You can also scroll at the bottom. You can press start and select and things happen, and you can turn it off. Oh no! Oh no, where's it going? And then this is the same but smaller. If you click anywhere on the page, it comes back. I'm not sure exactly on their website. Oh, it's themes. I would presume it's themes. Here we go. So this is what the original theme looks like. And I just edited the template image to a different laptop picture with different images around it, because this isn't my aesthetic. Would you like to surf the web with me for a bit now? I hope this is something. I don't want people to feel like they've been deprived of a real regular audio. One of the other reasons I'm doing this is I've mentioned before recently in descriptions of videos and on my socials and things that I've been... Seasonal depression's really been kicking my butt lately, and I've got to record a lot of audios in advance because I'm going away for 3 weeks at Christmas to go visit my partner's family for the first time in America. So I've got to record 2-3 months of audios in advance, and that's getting difficult and a lot, and I've been struggling even just getting regular stuff done, so that's why there's now public and private commission options. That's why you've been seeing some audio commissions go public and be posted, obviously with permission from the people who commissioned them. Why there's some compilations are coming back, and why this video. And like I said, I really hope this doesn't feel like I've deprived people of anything. I hope this is nice to co-work to, or fall asleep to. Or maybe even inspiring. I don't mean that to sound big-headed. I mean, like, might make people want to make a Neocities website. I will show you a shrine that's a work in progress that's not fully findable yet. which is my favourite vintage toys, because I do really like a lot of vintage toys. And you might have even seen Mr. Jinx mentioned in one of Valentine's audios. This isn't the picture of the one that I own, but I do own him. Mine came in worse condition and I did restore him a bit. He's sat on my bed right now. This is not finished. It's not finished, I'm only midway through the 1980s. I'm not super happy with how it looks, but what can you do? So, I was thinking it'd be fun if we browsed the web by just going from website to website to website, saying that we can only move along to another website if I found their link on the website that we started from. But I didn't know where to start from. I thought, should I start from my own website? But I got some notifications that some people had followed me on Neocities, thank you very much. And one of their website looks really cool. A couple websites I want to show just before we get there, which I feel like if anyone uses Neocities, you're probably aware of them. They're usually all over their homepage and stuff. That would be Hill House, who has one of the most gorgeous websites in the world. It has a bunch of free resources, a bunch of fun shrines and pages, and yeah, this is new. This is various art that they find inspiring. But I love the vintage Halloween Valentine shrine. These are they're so cute. I love the ghost ones. I love this ghost one so much. And Eric's down here somewhere. Where is he? There he is. You make my heart sing Valentine. They have so many pages. It's crazy. If you click on each of these little portraits, it takes you to a different list of pages, and there's so many pages on here. There's like collections of graphics, Halloween ones, Valentine's Day ones, furniture. This is really cute. So like living room, bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, bedroom. Flora and fauna, LGBT ones, adoptables. Sticker books. This is actually like scans of stickers that have had the transparent background, put on them. Some of them I have on my website. And these are things they've made. I have some of Hill House's backgrounds on some pages on my website. You could spend so long looking through these. This is their media log. I love that everything's like pink to fit. They've got shrines for The Haunting of Hill House, Lesbianism, and Shirley Jackson, Haunted Houses, Halloween, Vintage Halloween, Valentine's, Pacific Rim, Neopets, and Motifs. So their Hill House shrine is every single book cover of every single version of Hill House that's been published. I love seeing what other people have as their shrines, because people have such a range of interests. I think trying to find pictures of every single cover of your favourite book, including like different language versions, that's absolutely something I would do if I was passionate enough about any book like that. and then also keys, clubhouse. Which has a lot of collections of graphics and stuff, and some pixel clubs that he's made. Pixel clubs are little online groups that you can make pixel art for to fit in with. If we go back to Hill House, let me see if... they have a pixel clubs page. So usually the way pixel clubs work, and I haven't entered any yet, and I really want to. So they actually run one now, which is called Little Pixel Library. So essentially, how most of these work is you get some kind of template. This one is books. There's ones where you can make your own little CD, make your own cup of tea, make your own soda can to fit in a vending machine. So this is a book cover. Here's the template, download it, draw a book cover. These can be real book covers interpreted into pixels, fake book covers for your favourite book, a cover for a webcomic or web serial, or even a book cover for a fake book if you really want to. I encourage making this yourself and not just shrinking the photo of the book cover to the size. Get creative. Your book should be 120 by 80 pixels. It can be slightly taller if you'd like to add a bookmark or anything, but make sure not to go beyond 140 by 100. Obviously, rules apply. No books or websites containing hateful content. Make the pixel art yourself, don't steal it. This book club is about sharing your favourite books and collecting books others have shared. Add other people's books to your site, and if you'd like, just to be sure, link back to the original creator. So, how pixel clubs work is there's usually some kind of template, and loads of people have drawn their own thing onto the template. In this case, it's book covers. And then you contact the person who runs the club to say, hey, I made one. And you submit it to their thing, to their site. And then somewhere on your website, you could be on your homepage, you could make a separate page for pixel clubs. You can put the one you've made, and also you can save ones other people have made and put them side by side. You don't have to have every single one of them. You might really hate some of these books, but you could pick all of them, or you could just pick the ones that are your favourite. I've got Haunting of... Someone made one of Vermis. I love Vermis. It's a series of illustrations by an artist called Plasterboo. I'm trying to keep this soft-spoken, sorry, I got really excited. It's a series of illustrations by an artist called Plasterboo of essentially like a video game that isn't real, full of concept art and fake screenshots of the world of Vermis and how the gameplay would work and the characters, and you would find it's a little bit creepy and spooky, but I really love it. It's kind of horror fantasy. If that sounds interesting, which I've known about Plasterboo's art and Vermis for years, but a lot of people found it through Super Eye Patch Wolf's video essay on the bizarre world of fake video games. I would so recommend that video essay. It's about art that people make that look like video games, but the video games aren't real. So concept art, art books, fake screenshots. All sorts of... It's just really cool. I got really excited. Got Lord of the Rings. Is this... I wouldn't be surprised if... Yes. I was like, I don't know if this is a real book, but it sure looks like something that Artwork would make. It is by Artwork. Artwork is a website on Neocities. They usually change their theme up every season, so Christmas, Halloween, springtime. Each of their pages is full of different web graphics. This is birthday themed. This is the aquarium. We've got the garden. Halloween. And these little images, you can save just for funsies, or you could, if you were going to make your own website, use as decoration, or have your own image hoard. Camilla's on here. Jurassic Park's on here. Canto Monte Cristo. The Marshes. Some of these do look like maybe they were pictures shrunk down. I'm not sure. If I submitted one. This is really pretty. So yeah, Pixel Clubs. Keys has one that is teeny towers. You can make your own room. Is that Horror Tale? Is that Sons and Papaya? Oh, it is. They've been fused. You can make your own tiny little room. Build-A-Bear. But like old Build-A-Bear that used to look fun. Oh, well I can't see. But you can click on these to go to other people's websites. Let me try and make the Build-A-Bear image bigger. Remember old Build-A-Bear? With the giant... I mean, I guess some still have the giant bears, but you know. I just wanted to show you those. But there's a bunch. If you look on my website, at my resources page, I do have a link. If Pixel Clubs sound fun, some might make you have a personal website to enter, but some of you might not, you know. If you want to enter them and you just have a Tumblr blog, or you have a card website, unless the rules say you have to have a Neocities site to enter, I do not see why you wouldn't be allowed to. Pixel Clubs, Pixel Clubs, Pixel Clubs. Here we go, Pixel Clubs. Not necessarily a list of all of them that exist, but at least all the ones that I've managed to find. So, Teeny Towers, the CD world, where you make your own little CD cover. Fizzy Vendor, you can make your own drink. They've got a bunch of templates of bottles and cans. And then you can pop your drink in the vending. Oh god, there's clown juice. Oh, this is for Rabbit Net. Yeah, they just remade their site. I hadn't looked at it yet. They're also a VTuber and stream. We'll have to explore their site maybe on another day. But there's a bunch here. There's a quilting square one, a sticker sheet club, a jam jar one, a painter rock, loads. If you want to take part in a little thing. But the first site I want us to look at today, which you will have seen pop up and out, is I noticed I had some new followers, and I always look at my followers on Neocities, and one of them caught my eye. This is Sweetheart Memory. Immediately loved this, loved the book page, and the art on the left page is by Ayami Kojima. That is one of my favourite artists. Ayami Kojima is an artist who worked on Castlevania, a lot of the Castlevania games, a lot of concept art for the Castlevania games. She is the one who created the blonde Alucard that we know, the design for Alucard that then got reused for the cartoon. She did all the character designs and art for Symphony of the Night, for Echoes of Darkness, the Chronicles X remake, Soma's first game, which is... I can't remember if it's... I can't remember which one it is. I'm gonna feel like... not Eye of Sorrow, Dawn of Sorrow? Portrait of Rain? I don't remember. Harmony of Dissonance, Lament of Innocence. So designs, Alucard, Leon Belmont, Isaac, Hector, Juiced Belmont, Long Hair, Richter, Soma, and Julius and everyone from those games. So, and a lot of her character designs were reused for the show. Like all of the Symphony of the Night art. Yeah, this is her artwork. So immediately you have my attention. This is another example I wanted to show. When I was making this that you're looking at right now, this little layout for these videos, which I will let you guys know the font that I used, because I believe in crediting and sharing knowledge and not gatekeeping it. The font used on the headers for the boxes is this one, Levi Windows from Defont, and then the Windows 98 box template that I edited is from user, go away, DeviantArt 12720127301998, which is free to use. But I was trying to look for other websites and codes that use like a Windows 98 like theme, and here's an example of what using images done. Again, this will only look like this if you're in the UK. So far as I'm aware, images only been blocked in the UK. But yeah, I can't navigate this website properly because it's all just broken. But anyway, this website, how cool. Click to enter. What's your step? Isn't this gorgeous? A lot of websites do like to justify the whole website to the left. And we've got this widget that shows the current phase of the moon. These like spinning little lace doilies, which is really cool. I really love the colour scheme. I think some kind of filter's been put on it, because if you drag some of these stamps, they change colour, so I think maybe there is some sort of filter to desaturate everything. Welcome, web design is a hobby of mine, and the site is a place to showcase this alongside interest and identity. I hope you check back for updates every now and then. And I don't want to say, both for my website and every other website we look at, it would mean a lot if you guys looked at them and checked them out. If they have any widgets on their website where you can, like some people have the clap widget, or you can like things, or you can leave guestbook entries, please do. Do not harass anyone that I show, or pick on their websites, or leave mean comments. Why would you do that? Don't do that. I'm trusting you guys to be nice. And they do have a guestbook, so be nice. I think that the countdown, I think, is broken. That's meant to show how many days till Halloween. They have a music player, and I do see that the track is by Malice Misere. Yes. I could have guessed from the aesthetic. Malice Misere is not my favourite visual kei J-rock band. I'm a Booktick boy, that's my favourite. But I've liked some Malice Misere tracks, and Gact. Pretty much every single costume that Gact wore during his time as lead singer of Malice Misere, I need to steal for my own gender envy reasons. This is really pretty. We've got some stamps, some these are like web rings and clicks they're part of. Achi Sakurai loved forever. Oh my god, they also like Booktick. So Achi Sakurai is the lead singer of Booktick, my favourite band. He sadly passed away a couple of years ago, while overworking himself as usual on stage. Sylvian Fall. There's a Fear and Hunger. Oh, it's not available. No. There's a Fear and Hunger. Their website's gone. There was a Fear and Hunger web click. I'm so sad. I want to join it. Okay, they've got Fear and Hunger, they've got Malice Misere, they've got Booktick mentioned. I'm going to enjoy this website just fine. This is their site button. I will definitely add their site button to my site and link to them. Oh my goodness. Website is AI free. I appreciate that. And that's the other thing with Neocities as well. You know, when you make your own website on Neocities, you know that it isn't going to be data mined. Neocities don't scrape, don't take any data. They don't have their own AI that they're scraping your website with. You know, Tumblr and obviously, I mean, I don't use Twitter. A lot of websites are having their own AI stuff that you have to go in your settings and turn off. Neocities doesn't have that, thank goodness. So they have a guest book. I will have a look round. I should get into the habit of leaving guest pages. I should also probably get a guest book that looks like this, because they look nicer. And I'm also worried that I hope you can delete comments on this one, because boy, the C box, that guest book that I use, yeah, I'd really like to delete that mean comment. And also, I think unless you pay, if a comment is over a year old, it gets deleted, which is a shame. Oh, profile takes you to their Neocities profile. Okay. Let's look at their links. Oh, this is their about page. Oh, hell yes, of course they have the, like, alt fashion. So this is some of their really pretty wardrobe. My EGL wardrobe's gone through a lot of change over the years. About a year ago I sold my old wardrobe and transitioned into the gothic and gothic classic style I have now. I'm building everything from scratch again. Ideally all pixels in mind, but stock images will be used for some, because I'm at college and I don't have everything. I really would also like to catalogue my clothing. So this is Rose's website. Ooh, little pop-up boxes. It's cool. I envy your stats buttons. Some more of their clothes. Elegant Gothic, Lolita VK, J-Rock Metal Medicine. Oh, this is so cool. Full milk photography, question and answers. Okay, this is a work in progress. Okay, these are work in progress pages. See what I mean? You could spend ages just on wow, 100 questions. Oh, this is all okay. I follow mostly 100 questions for webmasters. Well, maybe I'll have to do that at some point. I'll keep that open in the tab. So I mean, you could spend ages just on one person's website. A little diary page, which I saw the trigger warnings for, so I'm personally not going to read. Oh, that's actually Sakurai. That's Mana-sama. I had to lean away from the microphone. I got so excited. That's fun by Hunter D. It's like this website was made for me. These shrines. Welcome to my shrines and fan pages. Each is an altar to something I love or hold dear. Gazette. Oh, are you kidding? Oh, this is a not found page. This is a cool 404 like page not made yet screen. It's like a little fake video game screen. Back to safety or question marks. Oh, it's YouTube. Okay, so bands that they like. Ooh, is this done? Are these BJDs? I can't tell. This is pretty. little pastel goth shrine. This is cute. I'm familiar with this background image. It's from someone on Tumblr, I forget their name. This page is an ode to my nostalgia for the mid-2010s pastel gothic aesthetic. Cute. I love when websites have different themes for different pages. Obviously the site is a work in progress, most of our sites are. I think that's all the pages they have done. That's really cool. The website's really cool. I'm really nervous about leaving. I'm nervous about clicking through people's art galleries in case there is anything not safe for work without a warning on it. Should I put my name down as Little Vampire or as the Vampire Friends? I guess Little Vampire. I don't know. I get really nervous leaving comments, but if I'm gonna say that you guys should leave nice comments, I want to leave nice comments. I'm nervous doing it in front of so many people. In front of the 2 people that are gonna watch this video. I'll put my Neocities name, I think. Especially if I'm gonna thank her for... I just assumed their pronouns. I mean, I know it's just on their about page. I don't see pronouns. Oh no. Where's the guest book? Okay. I think putting my Neocities name makes more sense. Oh, and you can reply to people's things. Maybe I should get a guest book on whatever this is. Atabook.org. Because that's nice that you can reply to things. And also that way, like, this can also be a place people can ask questions about my website and coding, and I can more easily respond. I don't know if it would notify people. It probably wouldn't, because you're not giving any information, are you? Oh yeah. Glad for that. Will be visible after approval. Okay, that's really nice. So it doesn't automatically get posted. They get to choose whether or not it goes public. That makes me really glad. Because like I said, I have a not so nice comment on my guest book that I can't delete, and I feel bad people are seeing. Someone commented, WTF, are you 15? What is with your OCs? I'm not 15. I'm clearly 18 plus, given the nature of my site. Okay, why enter someone's site and go to their OC page if you're just gonna shit on people's designs? I mean, leaving comments like that, is that person 15? Anyway, this site's gorgeous. If we're going to continue with my thing of, okay, let's try to only access other sites. By clicking on links, so like what on Sweetheart Memory. So whatever site we go to has to be a link we found here. Well, we did find Mouseling's site, and I do follow Mouseling. This is mouseling.net. I don't know if it's hosted on Neocities. Buttons they've made, update log. They have some outfits as well. Outfit gallery. Their room and collections of things. Thoughts, icons. Oh, like little profile pictures and stuff. Free layouts that they've made. If you guys are wanting some free things, they've got one. How to homepage, hosting, domain ideas, art. Little comics they've made. I've seen people doing weird about October. It seems to be a kind of Inktober prompt list for webmasters, where every day they have to make a page based on these themes, and these are the 31 themes. So the first one is transparency. So this is, I guess, lists of things, and also obviously transparent text. Maps. There's a brain on it. Ah! I don't know what to do with that. Scramble. Which I guess some of the things, it can just be a page with thoughts about the topic. Filters, oh. That's a lot of stuff. Interest fan pages, conventions, halls and experiences, tutorials, Kamen Rider. Which is not an interest of mine. But I'm aware of what Kamen Rider is. Again, I think it's just cool. So they made little icons for each episode. It's cool. I like looking at people's shrines and seeing what other people are interested in. Home domain links, clicks, guest book. Oh, this is a clap button. You can clap on people's websites. Would you like to give them a clap? I'm not a robot. Give them a clap. Oh, I already clapped. Oh no. Panda Mouse Pixel site? Oh, is this also run by them? Panda.mouselink.net. Oh, they're making like little... Looks like old style kind of web dolls. Little pixel illustrations. It's cool. I don't know really where to go from here. I was going to try and find websites I haven't found before, so what we could do is go back here and look at the web clicks they're in. Web rings. Oh, okay. Yes, I was also part of one of Tricky Fox's web clicks. I mean, still am. But yes, they host their images in Imgur, so when I put them on my website, they didn't work. So I had to save them and upload them myself. You can see the Imgur link here. So yes, this will be this one. I see. Where's this little bunny? Oh, so it's over 18 due to what I want to talk about. Choose a theme. And you click on the little character head. Obviously I don't want to accidentally show an 18+ material. I can have a look ahead of time. obviously be respectful of people's boundaries and sites. But this is cool. This is cool that if you click on the different character head, you get a completely different theme. I've been on a few other websites that have, we saw that with 32-bit cafe. I don't know how it's done. Neither some other websites they're linking to. Bonbon's graphic collection. What is this? Button of like a person, but they're like a sink or something. Okay, I had a look. It is a character that is also a sink. The website is 18+. I'm not gonna show it on stream. Not on stream. This is a video. I'm so not used to this. I don't want to go exploring too much other people's 18+ websites, but that's a really cool thing. I don't know if it's a JavaScript thing how you do this. I really like the different things. I don't know if I would do it on my site because I'm so picky about what my things look like. Once I find a single way that it looks, that's how I'd want it to look. I don't know how I got to this page. I guess we're here now. Belong to the realm. Okay, this is also a page that would prefer to be over 18. I'm not reading all of that. Oh, this is cute. The art's really pretty again, broken images, which is sad. It's really cute. Loads of links to other people's websites, stamp collection, other fun websites, resources. A lot of people will have their own resource page at Toby Fox. What are you doing down there? Welcome home. But yes, we mentioned NecoWeb earlier. NecoWeb is an alternate to Neocities. Some people just prefer one or the other. I don't think NecoWeb has the kind of social media side. So like where you can have profiles and comments there, you can turn this off. This is my list of people I follow, so it shows me every time they update their sites, and also me when I update mine. I have a little Pokemon thing. Pokemon adoptables. The character's really cute. Again, any website that says 18+ only, I'm a bit nervous to explore too much of on stream. Somehow I lost where we were. We were here. I wanted to look at the web rings they were in. Okay, here we go. This is a Lolita web ring. So a web ring, I'm gonna keep saying that wrong. I've always struggled with saying my R's. But what they are is groups you can sign up to. I'm in some, as you saw on my website, and when you click on the arrows, it will take you to another person in that group. So there'll be a list of members, and when you click on the arrow on someone's site, like the ones here on mine, it will take you to somebody else in that ring. If you click next, this is the next person in the VTuber ring, and you can go over next again to the next person in the VTuber ring, and so on and so on. And it's a nice way to find other websites. It's cute, they're also in the Toho one. Sometimes there's a randomized button as well. Oh my god, hello. Mushroom. There's so many websites you could be you could spend time on. So this is everyone who's in this Gothic Lolita ring. Let's just pick one at random. Ralsei! And one of the Chikawa characters. They have like a little blog. Yeah, their website's a work in progress. the next person in the web ring. The site is not mobile compatible, that is fine. This is cute. How do I get into the site? This is the updates thing. Oh, there's a door at the end of the road. This is cute. Oh, is that gonna play music? I don't know, it took me back there. Oh, that links to the Angelique Pretty website, okay. This is cute layout, I really like the colours. Not what I expected from the About page. Okay, that's cool now. And I can't see things because of MJ. Got wardrobe. But yeah, I'd like to have a wardrobe page on my site. The fashion I like to wear is very kind of, I would say a mix of oujike, like masculine gothic, vampire core, dark academia, historical fashion loosely. Maybe sometimes a little bit emo if I can't be bothered to do a full. These are dolls. That's a pull-up doll. We've got two BJDs. We've got a Blythe. This looks like a custom, and a pull-up. I wonder what base doll this is because I don't think that's. I don't recognise the outfit, but it could just be a more recent doll that I don't remember. There are pull-up dolls that do have Gothic Lolita fashion. Look at this little gentleman. Oh, he's so sweet. It's a rabbit. But I've never bought any actual like oujike fashion from like a big company. That stuff's expensive. All the stuff I have is just collected from mostly secondhand, vintage res, eBay, vintage Depop. Gallery, this is pretty. I really like their art. A little diary. Where the images won't load properly for me. A secret link. It's not gonna be like a Rickroll, is it? Oh. Super Mario World game over screen. Okay. Inspirations, like a little mood board, Pinterest board thing. I have a little Giphy pet. I have a Neocities cat. If there's other stuff on here, I can't access it. Okay, I think the rabbit at the bottom might be the randomize button to take you to someone else in the. Yes, okay, that's what it is. This is someone else in the web room. Little update log. This little clock's cute. It's from Bouncy Bubbles. Okay, yes, I've been on their website, by the way, Bat Machine. They've got templates for avatars and buttons. I have them linked on my resources page. And they do have a tutorial for the web clocks that I'm aware of, but I haven't had the time to figure out. This has got a tutorial and some JavaScript. Maybe one day I'll figure out how to make one of them. Resource pages, tutorials. Oh, these are other people's tutorials that they're linking to. I see. Oh, I didn't even notice this is a music player, it's so small. Saves. Goodies. I have to think how long we're gonna keep this video. It's probably already 2 hours long, so thank you for watching me delve down some rabbit holes and some cool websites. I hope this has been something interesting. Obviously this has just been me explaining things and looking at websites. I also want to try do one where I'm actively coding, so there's a lot more typing sounds and you can see me working on things, and then you guys can let me know if you prefer these types of videos where I just surf the web and show you guys some cool websites, or if you prefer the ones where I'm actively working. Maybe the ones where I'm working and typing might feel like better background noise, better co-working things. Maybe because I'm showing things you might feel more compelled to look at the screen with this one, I don't know. I hope this was interesting. If everyone hates it, I won't do another one of these. It's a topic I'm really passionate about. It's something I thought I could record even just as a one-off, because I think personal websites and the personal web and indie web is such a cool thing that's been happening and been growing a lot over the last few years. The amount of Neocities sites I keep finding are increasing. The amount of Neocities I keep finding who are made by kids is really exciting to see. Kids getting into coding and getting into having more tech literacy, web literacy, and that, you know, people younger than me are still interested in making websites and learning that you don't have to pay money to have a nice website. You don't have to be limited by what one of these building websites offers in their little drag and drop boxes, and that you don't have to use a website that might be mining, stealing data, or feeding your stuff into an AI. So I hope some of this was interesting. I don't expect people to prefer this over my audio roleplay content. I know what you guys came here for, and I will not stop doing that. I think I'll only make one of these every other month or so, and not more than one a month. Not more than one a month, so you guys will still get so many audios from me. You have to bear in mind, I post 3 ASMR audio roleplays every week. I don't know any other channel that does that. Most of the channels I follow don't even do 1 a week. A lot of the audio roleplay channels I follow, some of them do like 2 a month. Some of them have no consistent upload schedule. The only ASMR in general, even ASMR channels that have videos in their face and camera on tap and things, I don't know many of them that do 3 a week. And the ones that do 1, 2, or 3 a week are ones with like hundreds of thousands and millions of subscribers who have editors and don't do everything themselves. So, you know, three videos a week is a lot for a channel of my size, and you're not really losing out on that much content just by maybe one of those 12 videos a month being one of these. I hope that's okay, at least at the moment when I'm struggling a lot with my mental health, that it would really help me out a lot if you guys accepted one of these once a month. They won't replace the Patreon exclusive videos. But yeah, let me know if this was fun. If you liked any of the websites, feel free to go leave them a little comment, or go follow them on Neocities, or go bookmark their sites, or explore them yourself. If you want to make a Neocities site, got a whole resources page. There's so many tutorials on there. There's so many, like, you can find posts on Tumblr guiding you through what to do, why you might want to do it, ideas for pages. You can leave comments on this video. I hope this inspired someone. And even if coding's scary and you just want to use card or straw page or something, that maybe this has given you ideas of images you could include or layouts and colour schemes and things. I hope this won't cause people to be angry with me. That's what I'm kind of scared of right now. Because I know this is a very different kind of video, but I hope this was something. And maybe it would have been better if I was actively working and typing a lot more. Maybe that would have been something nicer for people to... Maybe this will be a more fall asleep while listening, and if I was actively coding, that could be a co-work alongside me kind of video. You guys will have to let me know, and if you'd like me to try making one where I'm actively typing and coding and there's a lot more keyboard sounds, yeah, let me know in the comments. I don't know how to sign these videos off. But yeah, like I said, I hope people aren't upset with this, and if you all really are horribly upset with me, we'll never have to do this again. But if it's a thing you can put up with happening no more than once a month, I had fun, and this is a real interest of mine, and as much as, yes, I wanted to make this video because it's stress relief for me, you know, to change one of the upload slots for the month to something that is less stressful to make. But it is something I'm really passionate and excited about, and it is an interest, and something I wanted to share with you guys, because most of you who follow me on YouTube won't have seen this before. I talk about my website in Discord and on Twitch and on Tumblr, but there's probably a lot of people on YouTube who don't know about it, and it's something that I work really hard on and I have a lot of fun with. And if this video inspires anyone to be creative in any way, whether that be website building or not, that'll make me really happy. And if it does inspire anyone to want to make a website, that would make me also very happy. I just think it's really fun, and it's really fun for me to see other people's websites. So if you wanna check out Neocities, or any of the websites we've looked at today, they'll be, if not in the description, then in a pinned comment. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this perhaps introduction, depending on who you are, to the indie web or the web 1.0 revival movement. I hope it was fun. I hope it was relaxing and I didn't get too excited and yell. And I hope it was inspiring in some way to get someone's creative juices flowing. Thank you all so much for watching, my lovelies. A reminder that custom audio and art commissions are currently open. Make sure you read my rules and message me to discuss your idea before ordering a commission. Links are in the description as always. I also have a Patreon. If everyone who subscribed to me here gave just £1 a month over there, that would help me out a lot, allow me to move out and keep making audios. Rewards of being a patron of mine include access to my Discord, ad-free streaming and downloads of my audios, the ability to leave audio requests, and 2 exclusive spicy audios a month depending on the tier. I also stream on Twitch most Mondays, Wednesdays, and sometimes other days of the week, and I have an Etsy shop called Empty Masks where I sell fan art and original art. My Etsy shop also has stickers and other merch of my original audio characters under the The Vampire Prince section of my shop. Thank you so much to my new and returning patrons from last month. My new fledglings: Hachi, Oman, Zolkova Salts, Edward, AbbyCats16, Skylar Sheridan, Charlie Mandrot, Eichel111, L, Shub, Musa, Salamander Zakul, Oz, Sign My SP, Peachy Pup, Yikes It's Connor, Simple, Antisocial Corpse, Casey Williams, Akari, Izzy T, Angel Face, Cow Ann, Cryptid Lux, Andy, Jops, Sam Was Here, Iris Hope, Rebecca Seeker, Hi, Bingus Boy, London, Witchy Dude 23, Gretchen Ellsworth, Anon24, No, Danis, Albert Plague Doc, Kristen Jameson, Hevrana, Oops, Sleepy Doodle, Rebs, Batwind Ghoul, Rob, Wolfgirl, Kaino, CN Cleric, Violet My Pookie, The Googly Eyed Tarot PDX, Crystal Hedgehog 1, Matroshka Doll, Carper Nocturne, Mockingbird, Cheerio00, Mortif, Tory, JM, Sweetie, Bellius Cook, Smechi, Bite Me, Rose, Mulligan, Kalida Fiesta, Dented Tester 36, Lilac Sloth, Frogs, Lux, Shawnee Riddle, Quibble, Raven Nerd 23, Moonrats, Rhiannon Slorak, Whisper, Elmo El Sensual, and Dawdling. And my new familiars, Faith, EK, Chrissy, and Maxine Brannan.